Welcome to my neighborhood, nice to meet you. Mira que lo hacemos en este momento. Claro que es así, hermano, con todo el talento. Por eso lo hago y se lo merecen. Que ustedes estén aquí es algo que se le agradece. Claro.
Que le comentaba,
Sí.
nosotros somos guías locales de aquí de la comuna.
Muy bien. ¿Hablo inglés? No.
Ah, vea.
Hello guys, how are you doing? You good? Pretty fine. Where you guys from?
Canada.
Canada?
Austria.
Austria. Oh, that's great. So guys, actually, my name is Johan. Let me introduce myself. I'm a tour guide.
Jochen?
Johan.
Jochen.
Wie alt bist du? 29. Und du?
Ich bin 27.
Ah, du bist dann jung.
We're looking for a guide who speaks English. We found one who speaks English and German.
Officially, I speak two languages: Italian, English, and Spanish. Io parlo italiano, perché tu parli italiano?
No.
Non ti piace parlare un po' italiano?
I only know grazie.
Grazie mille. Use it whatever you need from me, just let me know, guys.
¿Qué tal?
You want to take a bus? The bus ride just costs $2,050. It's okay?
Todo bien.
Yeah? Okay. So yeah, actually like Comuna 13 is like a district that before, back in the days, back in 2002, well, we're one of the most dangerous places in the world. But actually by that time also, then the social transformation of the community would start right here.
¿Le puedes decir a ellos que nos regalen 1.000? Por
¿Ah?
favor, para usar por el pasaje.
No, amor, pues es un buena empresa. Yo lo doy.
¿Qué es ese?
Benedicta Surnier. Yo.
Ah, no, la otra, no.
Serio. Ay, yo pensé que era una foto.
¿Es una escuela comunitaria?
Sí.
¿Sí?
Y usted no nos puede tomar una foto a nosotros, a ver cómo quedamos.
¿Perdón?
Foto.
Take a picture.
Foto. Sí.
Chao, adiós.
Mucho gusto.
Jeremy.
Alessandra.
Sí. Okay.
Send your YouTube channel so they can.
They're getting famous.
We're making friends already. So just to give a bit of context on what I know about this area, this was the heart of the drug war and the gang activity that plagued Medellin for so many decades. And in 2002, there was a major military operation. Paramilitaries came in, there were shootouts in the streets. A lot of people died actually.
Black Ops actually were shooting from this area, flying around all these areas, circling around for more than one day actually. Military tanks were actually attempting to ascend from the bottom part of the hill. So these are the houses that used to, back in the days, have to take out the mattress and put it against the wall. Actually, when the war happened right here, we had no ambulances, no doctors, no nurses here. So that's why the people, when one person got shot, they had to take him out, take out a sheet, and within the sheet, take him to the hospital. On the way to the hospital, most of them died.
Whoa.
So actually this year we're going to turn 20 years of the operation, 20 years, 16th of October. It's a big memorial day for all the community right here.
Yeah, it's an interesting emotional experience being here because everything here, like people are in good spirits. You can see like the tienda on the corner selling ice cream. I'm walking around with my camera with no problems. You guys know in some of my other videos, some other days I've had a lot of concern about safety. This area is about as safe as it could get in Medellin. But just beyond that safety, there's the memories of the past. That behind those slums of Comuna 13 are, that's a mass grave where thousands of people were buried.
It's actually the largest mass grave here in Latin America.
That's a grave
grave
behind those
here.
houses.
Mass grave. In 2002, remember that more than 2,000 civilians died. So all of them are buried beneath that mass grave over there.
Oh my God.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, gracias a Dios. Bien contento porque estaba en el INDE.
¿Tú vives aquí? Comuna
No.
13? No.
Yo vivo en el corazón, sino que yo
Corazón.
vengo aquí a estudiar a Villa Laura. Yo por eso vendo es de estos. Chocolatina.
Chocolatina. ¿Cuánto cuesta por tres como este?
Tú, 200.
Ok.
Well, thank you.
Gracias, Diego.
A la orden, bye bye.
Luego.
How are you?
Or, wait, let's.
Oh, thank you, sir. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, tell me that.
Joe, can I ask you a
Yeah.
question? This
Yeah,
is
sure.
maybe a difficult question, but
Tell me.
obviously Colombia has a big difference in racial people, right? You have Colombians who are very light-skinned, Colombians who are very dark-skinned.
Racist.
Do you think there is racism in Colombia? Do
Well-
people have issues like that? I mean, obviously,
Well,
lots
I
of
just
countries struggle with this. What's it like in Colombia?
Well, actually, here we're in struggle with racism because actually we just want to keep in mind that we come from the Africa. I'm going to tell you some of the history. When the Spaniards come here to colonize the country, they brought Africans as slaves from Africa. And we as Colombia, we feel that the black people are part of our blood, are part of our skin color. So that's why we don't have any distinction on skins actually here. So I would say 0%. So we don't struggle. And that's actually like a mentality of all Colombians. As you've seen, guys, and as you have explored my country, you've seen that most of the people are so cool, so vibe. And that's actually part of the principle that our families just instill us when we are like kids and all that, just to treat the other one not like a visitor, like a stranger, but treat it like a brother, like a friend.
Yeah.
That's actually part of our culture, and I would say it's more impacted here.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It's like beautiful people always like want to get to know you more about other cultures, and I love it.
If you see, Comuna 13 is a poor neighborhood, but you go to poor neighborhoods and you see people smiling. There was a smile. So that's actually part of our culture, and it's something that we have to be so proud of. Because actually, guys, remember, I live in the United States, and the atmosphere there is way different. People just see them making money, they're gonna be rich, they're gonna be happy, but that's not the perception we have about happiness here. When I was there, just people concentrate on work all the time. How about your family? How about yourself? How about going to the gym, work out a bit? Life is just one, so you have to live it the best as possible. It's not about making money the whole day. And that's actually what I learned from the other
You're a
two.
smart guy, Joe. You're a smart guy.
Yeah, thank you, man.
You know, it's really inspiring what they've done here. I think about other cities I've been to: Mexico City, Guatemala City, San Jose in Costa Rica. You know, these are beautiful big cities, but you don't really go to any of the slums or any of the poorer neighborhoods because it's not safe. But of course, you see them sometimes. You're like, you know, when you land on the airplane, you see these neighborhoods that are so visually interesting that you wish you could go. Well, what Medellin has done here they've taken one of these areas and they've first of all created job opportunities for the people who are living here, but also they've made it accessible to tourists. They've opened up a whole new doorway, a whole new opportunity for people to visit and see a side of the country they usually never get to see. I mean, it must be crazy for the older people who are living here, especially, just to remember what it used to be and what it is today. Like what a change to your neighborhood, you know?
Try to imagine. I was a kid, and part of the history that I have is that even if I want an uncle living in another part of my city, he was not allowed to get into here. What I had to do is I had to ask permission for a guerrilla commander. Even if we wanted to go play soccer, just say you just got 2 hours for playing.
Wow.
If you pass the hour, we could get killed. And that's why we rushed to I mean, we wanted to play mobile, we couldn't because of the war that we got here. And the guerrillas just establish checkpoints every 1 kilometer. So if they see you like a stranger, they disappear you. So that's actually was a very rapid change. If you see that, it was just in 2002. So in almost 10 years, Comuna 13 could overcome the war in a real good way. And that's a beautiful thing about the history. Instead of be up in arms, we decided to be up in brushes, be up in arms in schools, be up in arms in art. And that's why we also have art schools. In those art schools since the early ages, which is graffiti lessons, art lessons, painting lessons, music lessons. And most of those 5 lessons are dictated by local artists from our community.
Little art gallery. This is all free to the public. You just walk in. It's pretty impressive place. So the area that we started in just kind of felt like an average street, you know, average part of Comuna 13. Here you can see obviously the heart of the tourist district. I mean, I knew this was a touristy place. I had no idea it's literally been transformed into a row of gift shops To think that this was, you know, one of the most impoverished and gang afflicted parts of Medellin just a couple decades ago, and to see what it's turned into today, this is pretty surreal.
You, recording live paparazzi, lo hago en todas partes, siempre improviso hermano, por eso es que te dejo en jaque, veo la dama y sueno pleno, UFC, pero le gusta el color del nazareno. Del nazareno hermano, y le metemos muy cool, mira que aquí están en el graffiti tour, sí, you like the tattoo, it's very cool, welcome to my neighborhood, nice to meet you, mira que lo hacemos en este momento, claro que es así hermano, con todo el talento, por eso lo hago, y se lo merecen, que ustedes estén aquí es algo que se le agradece. Claro que se le agradece, mira que va con la consola y la chica graba con el Motorola. Esto es evidente, mi hermanito, que sí puede. Yo soy como McGregor, no como Mayweather.
Johan, brother, we had an amazing tour today. We saw a lot, we learned a lot. For anyone watching who would like to learn even more and experience even more, where can they find you, man?
Okay, guys, so this is Johan. Welcome again to Comuna 13-year-old. So welcome. You have to keep in mind that I'm an English-speaking tour guide, so you can come whenever. You can find me on Instagram like Juan.GiraldoVanegas or Juan.GiraldoVanegas.
I'll put that in the description for you guys down below.
Right.
Thanks so much, brother.
No, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're always welcome, Canada. Always welcome, Dan.
Always welcome, Canada. And really, yeah, guys, this video, I mean, I've given you an introduction to this place, but there's so much more I haven't included that you feel it when you're here, you know. It's a special place. And now I think the bus is waiting. We're gonna bus back to where it all started.
Welcome to my neighborhood, nice to meet you. Mira que lo hacemos en este momento. Claro que es así, hermano, con todo el talento. Por eso lo hago y se lo merecen. Que ustedes estén aquí es algo que se le agradece. Claro.